Hello, my name is Olivier Ribet. I'm the VP in charge of the high-tech industry. By high-tech, we mean companies in the consumer electronics space like Panasonic, Canon, Sony, and so on and so forth. Telecommunication equipment providers, Nokia, Siemens, but also semiconductor companies like Intel, Qualcomm, and so on and so forth. In 2016, we envisioned that the high-tech industry is going to be impacted by a transformation, some integration, and also a lot of innovation. Transformation because we see that more and more high-tech companies are actually penetrating other industries like transportation and mobility with autonomous cars and driverless cars. Internet of Things, so-called Internet of Experience at Dassault Systèmes. It's also a year of integration. More and more companies want to integrate their information system, want to integrate their supply chain, their ecosystem at large, their suppliers, their customers in the full innovation process. And innovation because more and more you see that companies want to blend together hardware, software, content and services in ways that are really, really disruptive and really delivering advanced experiences. In North America, we see a big consolidation in the semiconductor industry. Lots of merger and acquisitions because the barrier to entry for R&D efforts is growing quite fast. So more and more companies are merging together. This is also, besides these big guys merging with each other, a world of small and medium business. NAM is a region where the small and medium business companies are actually extremely innovative, and we see a tremendous innovation happening in autonomous cars and driverless cars with companies that didn't even exist 5 years ago. When we look at Asia, totally different. We see big governments in Korea, in China, and in Japan kickstarting, launching big government initiatives on manufacturing in particular, but also in China, you see the government pushing for all the companies in the high-tech industry to move from made in China to design in China. So we see a lot of engineering and a lot of advanced engineering happening in China these days. In Europe, we also see the government being quite engaged in developing the digital economy and their local ecosystems. We also see them investing significantly in manufacturing 4.0. And last but not least, we see these networks of fab labs and incubation hubs all across Europe, where you see a lot of startups creating very advanced high-tech experiences. So in 2020, we will continue to see a lot of innovation in the high-tech industry, but in domains that we don't anticipate so much right now, especially in the domain of material. We see this entire industry adopting new materials to start to create bendable and flexible devices that are going to create all sorts of challenges from an engineering standpoint, but will result in very nice customer experiences. We will also see big data becoming a commonality, which is a hot topic these days, and it will become a no-brainer by 2020. Everybody will embrace big data and will surf in big data and will adopt big data without even knowing it. And last but not least, we will live in the cloud. There will be no more operating systems or applications really embedded in the devices that we have, because the networks will be so fast and capable of absorbing huge amount of data that more and more processing and computing of this information will happen outside of the devices.